Okay, guys, chapter 2 about my open heart surgery. It's basically how I found out what my heart murmur meant. Now, to recap, the doctors always said, they would give you checkups and everything throughout your childhood, and they'd always said they would listen to my heart, and they wouldn't talk to me because I was a kid. They'd always talk to my mother somehow. She has a heart murmur. And my mom would say, yes, what does that mean? Well, she has a heart murmur. And then they would go on and say nothing really significant about it until I was about 28 years old. People started talking to me about my heart murmur. And so the first doctor sent me for an echo, and it came back, and she said, well, there's good news. There's good news and not good news. They said you have a bicuspid heart valve, and that's really not normal. You have the bicuspid heart valve. It's not leaky, and it's not it's not leaking. And she said, well, usually they always leak, but yours isn't leaking, so it's okay. So let's keep on monitoring it and see what happens. So that was the first thing I knew that something was wrong was when I was 28. I didn't really know didn't dawn on me what the significance of that conversation was until much later. Much later, I got went through several doctors because I was moving around for work and whatnot through the years, but finally had this one place say, okay, you have a heart murmur, we need to send you to a specialist. And that was when I would say about 40 years old. We need to send you to a heart specialist. So we went to the heart specialist, and he did the same thing. He did an echo and a CT scan, and he said, okay, you have a heart murmur, and while before it wasn't leaking at all, now it's leaking a little, and you have to come back every year to get it monitored, because they always progress as you get older. It gets more leaky, and you eventually have to do something about it. Okay, in the next segment I'll talk about what that means. Okay, see you in a bit.